All right, what's going on, everybody? It's game 4 in Boston, and we'll see today if the Buffalo Sabres can take a commanding 3-1 series lead or if the Bruins can tie things up. Things have been back and forth so far. The Sabres with that very dramatic game 1 victory in front of their own fans. The Bruins striking back in game 2 in Buffalo, and then in game 3, the Sabres eked out a 3-1 victory. Hope you guys are enjoying the playoffs so far. Hopefully, we'll have a chance to be live a little bit more on this channel throughout the course of the postseason. I'm joined, of course, by my co-host Cortana, and she'll be here receiving treats for goals and super chats. Everybody say hi to Cortana. There she is. Oh, there she is. Camera's a little up close today for her. We've got Samantha hanging out. We've got Hockey from Home in the building. We've got Adam joining us from Sweden. We've got Nick and Vanessa here as well. Don't talk about the Knights. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to go live for a game later on in the series. But so far, the playoffs have been actually much more enjoyable than I expected, especially since we're getting some different results, some similar results as well. But we have teams like the Sabres making things interesting. Same thing in that bracket with the other matchup with the Montreal Canadiens ahead of the Tampa Bay Lightning with a 2-1 series lead. We'll see what happens today later in La Belle Provence. And out in the Pacific, that's been probably the most intriguing part of the bracket so far, with both the Utah Mammoth and Anaheim Ducks up 2-1 in their series, respectively. So we should be hopefully live throughout the course of this whole game. Jake says, let's go Sabres. Yeah, normally I should be wearing a jersey or something that supports the home team in this game. I don't have a Bruins jersey. I don't have a Red Sox hat. And come on. How many Bruins fans do we have here? Really? I think most people are rooting for the Buffalo Sabres, but we will be, of course, showing some love for the Bruins as well when we have goals, because we have our sounds queued up, including... Right? So we've got the Bruins goal horn, we got the Sabres goal horn, and we also have some great sound bites courtesy of the late legend Rick Jenneret, like this one right here.
Do you believe? Oh, brother, we are not worthy.
So we'll have some fun with those sound bites as well, especially hopefully the Sabres show up today. What's going on, Chance? Hey, thank you for joining us here. Let's go Bruins. Joining us from the province of Alberta. Nick is going for the Buffalo Sabres, as you should be. Kind of feeling sleepy. My cousin got married yesterday. Wedding hangover. How fun. Hopefully it was a great ceremony and you enjoyed yourself. I take it you enjoyed yourself at the reception as well. So we've got Bruins Sabres today. Just about underway while this stream comes to a close will be the Avalanche and LA Kings in what could very well be the final game of Anze Kopitar's career. And then later today, I believe it's not Bruins Canadiens. I mean, maybe it was the Guy Lafleur jersey behind me, but we've got Canadiens and Lightning game 4, in addition to what has really been a lot of fun to watch, the Oilers and the Ducks game 4, and what has been as close of fire wagon hockey as you'll get in the postseason in today's NHL. Also, first period, we've got some Sabres and Bruins playoff trivia. So first intermission, and should we still have people around for second intermission, we will be doing a pressure index for playoff teams. What is the sense of urgency to win the Stanley Cup? So I hopefully will see you around for that one as well. Puck drop should be within the next 10 minutes, just in case. Studio is going under renovations. Getting ready for paint and new flooring. My goodness, you already have quite the fan cave, so I am intrigued to see what comes for that. Your finger tumor, which was removed. That's right. Yeah, that was what was that? Maybe that was maybe a couple months ago. Hope you're doing fine, Chance. Bond, what's going on? Hope you're enjoying the postseason. You're going to travel to Denver. Are you going to go to a playoff game? That's what I'm wondering about. The Avalanche are on the road, of course, to hopefully clear out the series, close out the series. That's the word, against the Kings. Albeit, I find it very interesting that Nathan MacKinnon hasn't really been a factor in that series so far. I see chance. Well, my friend, I hope you're enjoying watching the postseason and that can help you get through what is a challenging time. We have also already seen one team move on in the playoffs. Not sure if you have been watching the series much, but the Carolina Hurricanes swept the Ottawa Senators in what was a very neck-and-neck series. It could have easily been 2-2 by this point, but the goaltending of Freddie Anderson has been a crazy difference maker for Carolina, and their penalty kill has been unbelievable. They surrendered one power play goal, I think, in like 19 or 20 different attempts for the Senators, and that included multiple 5-on-3s. You bought the Senators propaganda. Well, do you want to see my horrible bracket? Because I had the Senators going to the Stanley Cup final. I kid you not. I figured that they would have beaten the Hurricanes. I thought that was a bad matchup for Carolina, number one. And number two, I saw the Senators getting past whoever won between the Penguins and Flyers. So then I went one step further in the loony bin and figured the Senators could actually pull off an upset in the conference final. So my bracket is shattered, absolutely shattered. In the Western Conference, I have the Dallas Stars making the final. Nick also had the conference final for the Ottawa Senators. So we have something in common with, guess who? Pierre Maguire. But Ottawa played as best as they could for the most part. Brady Tkachuk, of course, not registering a single point, and Tim Stützle not being much of a factor either. Linus Ullmark was magnificent, and that's good for him in what has been a difficult season for him. So I want to give some kudos there. And I know the Sens were going without Artem Zub, and at the end of the series, Jake Sanderson as well. So it was well fought from the Senator side. It's a disappointing result, but ultimately it is very difficult to get through the Hurricanes unless you're a Florida-based team. Thoughts on the Oilers so far? I mean, the writing's been on the wall, right? It's a team that struggles heavily defensively, a team that struggles from a mobility standpoint when you have to keep pace with those really fast young forwards for the Ducks. And I figured it was a bit of a reach, but I picked the Ducks to win that series. Granted, I'm also hate watching that series because the Sharks have the Edmonton Oilers first round pick. And so I've been cheering for my California-based rival. Pittsburgh's hurting your bracket as well. Philadelphia could not get the sweep yesterday, of course. Crosby showed up early and was present at the end of the game, too, getting into it with Travis Sanheim. But yeah, that series will go back to Pittsburgh for Game 5. You didn't do a playoff bracket. Well, the good thing is that then you can focus on rooting for the teams that you want to win, not just for the sake of your bracket. So I will give you that as a silver lining. We've been duped and run amok. Yes, indeed. Ottawa has been a letdown. But they're not the only team, because the Oilers surrendered more goals a couple nights ago than the Hurricanes surrendered all series, if that wants to tell you anything. And you could throw about any goaltender in the net for them right now, and it's not going to make much of a difference. Anyway, we've got the anthem going on here in Boston with, of course, the legend Todd Angeli. Am I saying that right? Well, anyway, he's been doing the anthems there for a very, very long time. And then we'll have the puck drop pretty soon. So anyway, hope you guys are ready for what should be a pretty tight game. This has been a good series so far. I wouldn't say it's been at the very top of series, but it's had one of the greatest finishes in what the Sabres did to close out game one in the third period. Dean, what's going on? Hey, happy Sunday to you. And hope you're enjoying couple days off from the action with your favorite team. Bring on the pasta. Yeah, Pastrnak is the leading scorer in this series. No surprise. 1 goal and 4 assists. So that's the best on his team. And also overall in this series, Alex Tuch is the leading scorer for the Sabres with 2 goals and 2 assists. Bowen Byram has 2 goals and an assist. And Morgan Geekie Seattle Kraken expansion draft legend, has 2 goals and 2 assists for the Bruins. Bring on the TNT. Is this it's a TNT broadcast, right? I know it's on like through HBO. I'm doing a streaming service for this one. Hopefully the Oilers GM does everything he can to fix the defense and goaltending. I mean, that's just been such an issue for them for several years. And it's a team that financially, it's not the worst situation in the NHL probably, but it's not far off from that. I feel bad not rooting for Buffalo because they have Alex Tuck on the team. So then why are we pulling for Boston? Is it for Pastrnak or is it for bracket purposes? We've got Christian joining us here. How is life treating me today? Oh, well, I mean, I'm loving this playoff so far. I really am. Fortunately, a lot of the teams that I'm kind of pulling for are doing pretty good so far. So I am enjoying that. Who do I have winning today? I'm picking the Bruins to win today. I think it's going to be probably another very close game in that 2-1 or 3-2 score, more or less. Let's just the Mammoth are starting to get on your nerves. Yeah. There's that's been probably, in terms of having like the most balance offensively, defensively, tensions, I think it's been one of the best. I think it maybe is the best series from kind of that standpoint. Anyway, we are underway at TD Garden between the Sabres and Bruins. Let's hope for an awesome game, Twisters. And don't forget, intermission. Oh, almost an early chance for the Bruins, excuse me. So the McLeod line is out there for Buffalo and looking like the third line for the Bruins too. It's been a hell of a postseason so far. I think so. Adam was talking about Tage Thompson when he said, "Oh, bring on Tage Thompson." I see what you mean. Broadcast is on TNT, so 2 birds with 1 stone. So there is Tage Thompson. 2 Bruins converging on him. A chance in front for Krebs, looking for the backhander. Swayman scrambling. Is it in the net? And it gets waved off as the Bruins were somehow able to cover up that puck on the goal line pretty much. What a game between Minnesota and Dallas. Yeah, last 2 games have been really good in that series. And Matt Boldy has been magnificent. He's been probably one of the best, I'd say, easily one of the best 5 non-goalies in this playoffs so far, and he's not number 5. You saw the exterior of TD Garden. You've been to the city. It's a great city. Going to Boston, I would never live there. I'm not, by any means, I'm not an East Coast person myself. But yeah, Boston is a very fun city to visit, and especially if you're a sports fan. I went to TD Garden 11 years ago, so it's been quite some time. But I had an awesome time. We actually got to sneak down because there were some seats that weren't occupied. Ended up being about, 14 rows up or something like that in the corner for an afternoon game against Pavel Datsyuk and the Detroit Red Wings. So that was a hell of a lot of fun. Telia is a Swedish internet and telecom company. That does sound familiar. This has been the most fun playoffs you've seen in a while. Every series has been awesome to watch. Mostly. In kind of, they all have sort of their own flavor, right? You have the fire wagon hockey between the Oilers and Ducks. You have the defensive stranglehold between the Hurricanes and Senators. Now that's over, but yeah, there are a lot of different flavors in this playoffs, if you know what I mean. It's all about the Wall of St. Paul, says BT. Yeah, Wallstedt. And, as somebody who's been getting on Jake Ottinger's case, he was terrific last night too. So want to give credit to both goaltenders. But yeah, Wallstedt really did step up big for Minnesota. Darlene has been pretty happy. Has to feel happy for sticking around in Buffalo. Yeah, that's a great point. And that shot from the point is swallowed up by Jeremy Swayman, coming in at 95 miles per hour as the Sabres have the first 3 shots on goal. Nick has Minnesota winning the Stanley Cup. Wow. Coming from a fan of a different team in that division, that surprises me. But who knows, man? I mean, this was such an interesting year in that we had teams like the Ducks compete for the top of the division. We had the Buffalo Sabres make the playoffs for the first time in 15 years. So who knows? Maybe these playoffs we get something that's totally different, or maybe we get that kind of unprecedented underdog run from a team like the Flyers. All right, we got a face-off there that Benson, he won it, but the Bruins gained possession. Coming back is Logan Stanley, the big lumbering defenseman for Buffalo. And he'll chip this out. Coughed up in just past the neutral zone by the Sabres, and we'll get the stump down. So Stanley will have another try here as he takes a hit. LA has played good hockey, but unfortunately the offense is terrible. I never viewed Minnesota as a rival. They're just in your division. Yeah, well, I know that. Yeah. LA has played their game as best as they can. I agree with you there because Nathan McKinnon hasn't really done anything. And Makar, he got on the board in the last game. But generally speaking, it's been about the Avalanche's depth. And defensively, they've played as good as they've needed to. And Wedgwood has been fantastic as well. So it's kind of like LA is doing everything that they can. And you have to give them some kudos for that. But yeah, if my Sharks had made the playoffs, that series, it would still probably be a sweep for the Avs. But maybe in a couple of them, the offense would be clicking for the team down in the series. How about the Ducks? What a fun series. Yeah, of course I like the outcomes there. Yeah, you and me both. I mean, I've been gladly hate watching that series, but I really am excited for the Ducks to be good again. And Leo Carlsson is becoming one of my favorite players in the NHL. He is a beast. Seneca, I have to really tip my cap to him because he has stepped up immensely for that team at such a young age. You could say the same for Cutter Gauthier, who's a little bit more seasoned. Jackson Lacombe, it wasn't just that defensive play he made on McDavid in the last game, but he has been terrific as well. And yeah, if you want goals, that is the series for you. LA never had a chance. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is like the Kopitar retirement game. Well said. Philadelphia needs to trade somebody for Mike Trout. I mean, is Mike Trout does he even play like anywhere close to 120 games anymore? I'm so out of touch with baseball. Go Giants. Sabres winning the possession battle so far. Shot that just goes wide of Swayman's glove. Scooped up by Jack Quinn. Cycled back out to the point. Power shoots. Yeah, it was knocked down in front of the net there. Coming the other way is Pastrnak, but he gets stripped. And now Jason Zucker, who has been a pretty good acquisition for the Sabres, trying to backhand it with a drop pass. A shot from Zucker doesn't quite reach the net. Trout has had a lot of injuries, but he's from Philadelphia. Oh, I didn't even know that. Bryce Harper wanted somebody to trade for. Yeah, Philadelphia just hasn't quite gotten to that next level in the Harper era. You root for the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, shot, score! Buffalo's on the board. Here, we need a Sabres goal horn. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of Rick Jenneret in our stream here. Hopefully, that's probably about middle of the period now. So 1-0 Sabres, and we're gonna give Cortana a treat. Who's ready for a treat for Cortana? Come here, girl. There you go. Want some apple? Come here, sweetie. Good girl. Hey. Good girl. All right. And of course, hey, anytime there's a super chat, Cortana will get another super treat on your behalf. Lots of organic apple because Cortana, she a bit of a chunk. She needs to slim down a little bit, but she's making some progress. Chance says you also root for the Jays. Well, I'm sure that's an awesome way to honor your grandfather, Chance. My grandfather watched some baseball too on my mom's side. I don't know if on my dad's side, because they grew up closer to like the A's technically, but yeah, Giants family on both sides, mom and dad. Anyway, just about 5 minutes gone by here, so still pretty early in this period as McAvoy was that McAvoy who decked somebody in the neutral zone, a shoulder shot there from Swayman. We're going to get a penalty, and the Sabres are going to go on the power play. It's going to be too many men on the Bruins, so maybe a chance for Buffalo to really do some damage and create some space here as they're leading the shot counter 8-1 so far. Angels haven't been to the playoffs since 2014. I thought it had been even longer. They got swept by the Royals that year. I like Trout, but man, the Angels are terrible. Yeah, they've just been very irrelevant, except for Ohtani. Yeah, it's almost like I forgot they had Ohtani at this point. Go Cubs! Oh, okay. I didn't know you were a Cubs fan. I've got wait right here. There we go. Yep. I have a little bit of a soft spot having lived in Chicago just for 5 months, but yeah. All right. So Sabres power play. They have not scored a power play goal in their last 36 attempts. And getting tossed in the faceoff circle there was Alex Tuck. Let's go Bucks. Yeah, there's another team that is starving for some success, huh? All right. Starting out at the point. Dahlin, top of the circle now, worked down low. Looking out for Dahlin, knocked away by the stick of Kastelik. Kastelik gloving it down, not quite able to clear. And now the Bruins are able to get the puck out of their zone. 0 for 36. Yeah, that is unbelievable with how many weapons this team has. Regaining the zone now. Zucker, an errant pass, so Dahlin's going to have to regroup. First 40 seconds gone by. All right, I will, Vanessa. Thanks for stopping by. And safe travels, by the way. Dahlin back to Zucker at the half boards. The two defensemen switch positions. Flipped over to Dahlin. One-timer! And it's blocked in front by, I don't see who it was for the Bruins, but they're able to get the clear. They're able to get a change. And the Sabres will have another 45 seconds to work with. All right, Sabres. Oh, that could also be called on Jeannot right there. No call. I thought that was maybe a hooker. Yeah. Yes, we don't have too many hookers active in Boston at this moment. And a hit in the neutral zone by Josh Doan. He just leveled Jeannot there. Benson. And now Bowen Byram, who has 2 goals on the defense for the Sabres. Benson working it down low. Maybe a chance. Nobody out there in front of the crease. Last chance here for this power play as we go to full strength. A chance, they score! Deflected in front by Josh Doan, and it's 2-0 Sabres. So 2-0 Buffalo as they take a commanding lead on, even if it's not a power play goal, technically it is definitely a power play influence goal. And right now, the Bruins just absolutely no opportunity for momentum here. If I was Boston, I'd just give up stupid penalties because of the power play. Yeah, well, I mean, now I don't really think that applies so much. Will that count as a power play goal? It was scored like 1 second after. Yeah, it's effectively a power play goal, right? You never be forgotten, RJ. Yeah, I mean, in terms of a dedicated team broadcaster, I don't think that there's it's hard to say that there was somebody who was as embedded in their franchise as Rick Jenneret and beloved. And I mean, there have been legendary broadcasters who have lasted decades with a single team, but it's really hard for me to, especially, having, I didn't really grow up watching the Sabres so much, but that is a name that is synonymous with that franchise. Anyway, we're going to hit a commercial break here, but it is 2-0 Sabres as the Bruins working on just one shot on goal so far. Oh, we got Cortana here. Cortana never got her goal treat. I thought that she had left the room, actually. So we'll give Cortana a goal treat. Ready, girl? Whoop. All right, girl. Thank you. And by the way, our poll was pretty favoring to Buffalo here. I'm actually going to I mean, we're already kind of through part of the first period, so I'll close the poll at the moment. But the Sabres looking hungry, man.
Hey, let me call you back. I got to stand in a line. Even crazier is that folks stick with insurance that keeps them waiting around to find a claim. While Geico's claim support is available day on.
Didn't realize the Lightning Canadian series has gone to overtime in all 3 games. Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably been that or the Knights and the Oilers. That's probably been the most back and forth between the two, right? Are we seriously going to go down like this? Yeah, there's the message is not all that inspiring if you're a fan of the black and gold at the moment. But you like the background. Yeah, thank you. I had to do something for Boston here. But I do have their goal horn queued up. I even have a couple of Jack Edwards sound bits. Sound bites. Sound bites? I think that, yeah.
Well, 2-0, 8 minutes in is about as good a start you can have on the road in the playoffs for the Buffalo Sabres. And this is a shift, or a couple of shifts that a coach loves to see. Doan takes a big hit. He's in discomfort.
So Josh Doan had he'd been knocked down in the neutral zone before that goal, and then he returned the favor against Jeannot. And then, yeah, he's the one who was credited for the second goal. First goal was scored by, I'm already blanking on who it was, but they don't ask how, they ask how many. First goal was scored by, as my browser refreshes here, Peyton Krebs had the first goal. So 19 and then number 91. That second goal, by the way, is technically not a power play goal. Now the Bruins with Pastrnak, a shot that Samuelson's able to block. And back into the Boston zone comes Jason Zucker. The stick's more active for the Bruins, as Pastrnak will lead the charge the other way. Geeky. Easy save there for Alex Lyon. And now flipped into the neutral zone, where Thompson will unsuccessfully fight that off from McAvoy, his Winter Olympics teammate, by the way, for USA. Nice interception there from Krebs. And on the back check, it's scooped up by the Bruins. Looking like the third line out there for them. Lucas Reichel dumping it deep. And now in the neutral zone, tuck. All the way into the corner there. No icing, as we've played through 9 minutes here in the first period. Good back pressure here from the Sabres. A turnover. Benson coming in. He's got a chance. He comes in. He shoots. He scores!
Oh, now do you believe? Now do you believe? These guys are good. Scary good.
I don't know if you caught that last little bit there, but yeah, 3-0, unbelievable. Zach Benson off of what was a pretty heinous turnover at the top of the Boston zone. Yeah, 3-0, man. Buffalo has come to play. Yeah, just not much of a sense of urgency for the Bruins. Although, are they going to review this goal or something? Yeah, Marco Sturm is, I don't know if they're considering challenging that. I think that would be very tough to overturn. But looks like the Bruins are taking a timeout. This is getting bad. I mean, to be honest, how many of us here expected the Bruins to even make the playoffs this year? I was not one of them. Not to say that Marco Sturm wasn't going to help this team a little bit, but just there isn't a whole lot of punch behind the tandem of Pastrnak and Geekie with this team. Zacha, had lots of points this year, though. Yeah, you might be slightly ahead, Adam. Swayman might need to be pulled. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Send a message. You can't pin this on Swayman when it's a breakaway essentially for Zach Benson there. So Zach Benson, his first of the playoffs, unassisted. And this is getting ugly for the Bruins. 2 shots in 10 minutes with 3 goals allowed. Yeah, Chance. That's saying something, isn't it, man? I like your picture, by the way. Your profile picture is funny. Sabres dumping this deep. And yeah, they're looking pretty aggressive, on the back check here. Yeah, you're talking about sending a message, not because of Swayman's performance. I get you. Quinn, he's going to look cross ice. And the Bruins skating it out of their zone. After Alex Cora got fired. I see. Yeah, it's funny because I don't think you've seen The Shining before, but that profile pic is based on The Shining. A chance from McLeod and fought off by Swayman. Another grade A opportunity for the Sabres. Speaking of, oh gosh, what's her name? What's her name? Is her name? I forget. Was it Melody? Remember the Sabres fan who would make those cover songs on YouTube? Oh, what a save by Swayman with the glove there, denying Owen Power. But yeah, she was really talented. Of course, she was making those songs when the team was in the abyss. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, I hope she's able to enjoy every single Sabres playoff game. As we're at a commercial break, by the way.
Get your signature there.
And as I've mentioned, stay tuned because at first intermission, we will have trivia. And second intermission, we can even do some rankings for the Stanley Cup pressure index. I think that could be a lot of fun. Doing a tier ranking for that. Cortana is not impressed with the Bruins' performance so far, huh, girl? Jack Nicholson's a Red Sox fan. I think I knew that, but I forgot about it. Oh, okay. That's funny then, yeah. When I think of Jack Nicholson, I think of the Lakers. How is Melody feeling right now? Probably over the moon. I would not be surprised if she was in the building for at least one of those games. But the Sabres are not out of the woods yet, right? They'll still have to win one more game after this one, assuming they hold on. And when you're a Buffalo sports fan, you're used to having your heart being ripped out of your chest at the unexpected moment. Of course, the Sabres are led by Lindy Ruff, who coached the team to the final back in 1999. And the winner of this series will play the winner between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens. He's 8-1 in series deciding games. I did not know that. As my voice like cracks there. I didn't know that. Derek, what's going on, man? How are the playoffs treating you so far? Big hit in the corner there. Samuelson laying that one down. And a blocked shot there from Alex Tuck as it was heading toward the net for Alex Lyon. Scooped up by Krebs. And dumped in by Dahlin for Tuck. Speaking of clutch records, how about Peter DeBoer in Game 7? Isn't he like 8-0 or something like that? Sabres Canadiens would be a great matchup. Yeah, I would love to see that. Tiago, hey, welcome back. The fact that we're probably not going to get Montreal and Boston this year is criminal. I mean, again, if I'm a Bruins fan, I'm just impressed that they made the playoffs. 13-3, the shots favor the Sabres. Dumped in by Boston. Byram, Pastrnak came flying a million miles per hour toward him, but he evaded that. Could have been a pretty crunch time hit. DeBoer is clutch with Game 7. The Leafs should hire him. I wonder if he's going to stick around with the Islanders. Dumped in here by the Bruins. And worked around for Logan Stanley. Nice dump in there by Beck Malenstein. He'll fire one wide of the crease. And a shot from the point off the end boards and covered up by Swayman with 7:26 remaining in the first period. The Carlo trade, yeah, it's an unprotected first, right? So the Bruins, even if they get their butts kicked in this round, they're going to have a chance to add a quality piece to their roster, if not multiple. So there's your silver lining. We're going to get face off here between Kuraly and Quinn. Bruins control. And Logan Stanley collecting a loose puck there at center ice. This is the third time in which the Sabres have won at least 50 games in a season. The last time they did that was in 2007. And I always like to wonder, if we didn't have that lockout in 04-05, would the Sabres have been that team to get to the Stanley Cup? Perhaps so. Trevor, what's going on, man? Thanks for dropping in. I hope you're enjoying the playoffs so far. I can't remember who you're going for, but I would guess it would be the Dallas Stars, but I could be wrong. Bruins trying to get something going with the cycle here. And good defense in the slot there by Buffalo. Even if the Panthers did make the playoffs, it would have been very difficult to win the Stanley Cup a third year in a row. Yeah, nobody's done that since the Islanders, since the Islanders in the early 1980s. You're hoping Minnesota can beat the Stars. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I mean, what a great game we had. I mean, shoot, the last couple of games have been amazing between those. Oh, turnover. Here come the Sabres. One more time. Oh, pad save by Swayman as he robs Zach Benson of a second goal. You're going to be live for Avalanche and Kings. Awesome. I hope that there can be some more offense for that one. But basically, you're live for what is likely Andrzej Kopitar's final NHL game before he hangs him up. And we'll go to another commercial break here. But yeah, 3-0. Bruins had to take a timeout. Seems to have settled things down a little, maybe. Does anybody have a who's feeling good about their bracket right now? That's what I want to ask. What the hell? The Bruins are being outshot 14-2. I saw 13-3 a moment ago. Yeah, it's 14-2 on NHL.com. Wow. With 5:48 left in the opening period. Bruins have 8 giveaways already too. That is not a formula for success. So Alex Tuck still leads the team in scoring. Now he's up to 2 goals and 3 helpers in 3 1/3 games. You said I almost said the Queens. The Kings squeak out game 4. I just don't think they have anywhere near the offense to get it done, man. Needed to not be in the top 5 for Boston to get the pick. And the Leafs are just at the point right now where they move down 1 spot. Boston could get 6th overall. Damn. I'm hoping my Sharks will trade up. Especially if the Oilers get knocked out in the first round. That means they'll have like 19th overall or 20th overall. So the Sharks could trade number 20. They might have like number 10. And then they should probably bundle in a prospect and maybe they can move up in the top 4. Need to get your membership reactive. Hey, you're talking about to this channel. No worries if you can't do that right now, because I haven't been putting out much content. Although I've been more interested in the playoffs. So, but yeah, I don't. If people can't pay for memberships right now, I totally understand, because I'm not very active on YouTube. So, but hey, if you're around, we're happy to have you here. Stars, Lightning. Well, the Lightning have some work to do. Actually, both teams have some work. They score again. Are you kidding me? Bowen Byram, his 3rd of the series, and it is a shellacking at TD Garden.
It's all over! Do you believe?
Unbelievable. 4-0. And that's just a yawning cage for Byram to shoot at. As there was a lot of work being done in front of the net, looked like by Tuck. And Swayman was kind of thrown off by that. Oh, by the way, that shot was, as Rick Jenneret would say, where's my sound effect for this?
Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies!
It was top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Good girl, Cortana. His pad got tangled up. Oh, that's what happened. You got the horns on your phone. Then that's convenient. Yeah. Well, Cortana's camera is my phone, so I can't do it like you do. But that's really smart. Holy mackerel! Unbelievable. And here's an icing to Boston. I mean, going into this year, I figured the Penguins would be competing for the first pick in the draft, and I figured the Bruins would be at the bottom of their division. So, I mean, these teams probably just kind of overachieved. Kudos to them for making the postseason again, but I think we're starting to see that they're just kind of running out of steam here. I wonder if Swayman's going to start the second period. I wouldn't think so. Not because he's playing particularly bad, but I mean, this is horrendous. This is probably This is arguably the worst period a team has played in this postseason. It's Christmas for one team and bah humbug for the other one. Indeed. More like a tax season for the other one. Another RJ quote. Yeah, just one of my all-time favorites, man. Yeah. I mean, do I even have a game to call after this? Is it going to be even interesting? You got to commentate your school's hockey game. That's awesome. You were in the penalty box for that. And the Oilers broadcaster saw. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Chance. And hey, we've heard you in at least our member streams. We've heard you on the mic, man. You got some chops. Don't let up. I love that, man. That's fantastic. Christmas Vacation was on earlier today. Really? It's a little random. I mean, I figured maybe just the regular Vacation where they go to Wally World. It's pretty solid 80s film right there. As somebody who is a fan of 80s films. But there are a lot of them that I've yet to see. I still say, though, the best 80s film. Oh, shoot. Here comes a breakaway for the Bruins. They come in. Saved by Lyon and another pad save. So I got to do this one for that.
Incredible save! He robbed him! Call it cop! He robbed Elmore blind! Call it cop! I don't believe it!
And actually, the Bruins the Sabres had a 2-on-1 the other way too. You forgot about the member streams. Yeah, I haven't been doing so many of them, right? Yeah, Vacation's pretty solid. But my favorite 80s film, it's kind of a pick that you're like, oh yeah, that's right. It's got to be The Empire Strikes Back because it came out in 1980. A chance here and just wide of Swayman's glove. Byram was going for another one. And the Sabres cycle game. Oh, we get a puck out into the neutral zone here. But the Sabres are not taking their foot off the gas yet. Home Alone is a Christmas classic, especially the original. See, I don't really remember seeing that as a kid. I think I don't know if I ever saw that in theaters, but when the second one came out, my family went and saw it. I love both of them for sure. Yep, you know this game is getting out of hand when we're talking about Christmas films. And it's not even first intermission. And the Sabres come again. A chance. Saved by the pad of Swayman. Who was going for that one? I didn't see. Now Dahlin bringing it behind the net. Working it around. Mallenstein off the glass. And he'll pick it up. Mallenstein some more. I'm looking forward to the new Avengers film. Oh, I didn't even that slipped my mind. I forgot there was even going to be another one. Now Tage Thompson, he'll wind up and shoot. Doesn't quite get it on net. Krebs and TNT in the corner. Nice job with the puck retrieval there by Thompson. Or maybe that was Tuck. Robert Downey Jr. is back as Dr. Doom. Yeah, that's freaking crazy. There's still snow on the ground in Edmonton. Wow. Actually, it's been probably colder here than average. And, you know, I'm a little bit more west and definitely more south. But, yeah, we've had plenty of mornings where it's been at freezing. And, you know, for it to be late April, that's not too unusual, but it's not that common. 1 minute left in the period. The Bruins getting outshot 19-4, at least according to this TNT broadcast. Power. He's just going to take his time here while the forwards regroup. And he's going to cough it up. I don't know what he was thinking there. Middlestat, drop pass, a shot saved by Lyon, and it pops up off the glass. A shot from the point now, and looking for a tip in front, the Bruins were, but that goes out of play. The fans are booing the Bruins. I mean, I think fans can get overly emotional too quickly, but what else do you do when you're down 4-0 in what should be really a must-win game, right? Grossi raised another $1 million for charity for undue medical debt. Yeah, I remember him doing that in 12 days. Are you kidding me? Temperatures up to 15 degrees Celsius in the last week or two. I think we're probably maybe we're pretty close to that right now as well. Let's see here. Convert. I always like figuring these things out. Fahrenheit to Celsius, but I gotta flip it around. 15 is 15 is 59. Okay. Yeah, it's been like probably about 14 or 13 for me. But it's gonna get more like 22 or 23 like this time next week. Unbelievable for Tom Grossi and the Grossi posse. I mean, I'm glad that he's doing something considering his never mind. I can't talk crap about the Packers right now. Always overrated, but at least they're getting into the playoffs. All right, final 10 seconds. Sabres are just going to get this deep. That's going to come on. That's going to be an icing, though. So probably one more face-off here. 4 seconds left, and it will be in the Buffalo zone. By the way, we're up to now 5 shots for the Boston Bruins. Let's give it up. Bruins, hang the banner. 5 shots in the first period. Saints could have a good year this year. They could be slipping under the radar as that division is not that good. So maybe Tyler Shuck can lead them to a division title. Tyler Shuck, who dat? And we've reached first intermission. It is all Buffalo. 19-5 are the shots, and they put 4 past Jeremy Swayman. Oh, by the way, we're going to do some trivia, right, guys? Who's ready for some trivia? Trivia. I got to do, let me see here. I got to do 1 or 2 things. I got to, there we go. I got that. And slides. Where's the view? The view show. Format, view, slideshow. Okay, everybody. I hope you're ready. All right. So for anybody who's not familiar with this, occasionally for our live streams during intermission, we'll actually have trivia. This is just for fun. Keep track of how many you guess. It's all multiple choice. We have 10 questions, and the first 6 questions are more for the Sabres, and then it finishes with 4 questions about the Bruins, okay? So everybody, let me know your guesses in the chat, and we'll get things started right now. Tommy Boy, you joined just at the right time. Let's do some trivia. So question number 1, everybody. Counting this year, how many playoff series have the Bruins played against the Sabres? How many times have they met in the playoffs? Is it A, 7, B, 8, C, 9, or D, 10? Shout out your guess in the chat here. There we go. Trevor first on the board. He's saying it's B. Tommy Boy leaning toward just a little bit more here. Yep, everybody shout out your guesses. Okay, we're seeing a cornucopia of guesses, although nobody's guessed. Actually, no, Tiago went with A. Mike, what's going on? Hey, how about them Canes? What a series from Freddie Anderson. Man, that series was a lot closer than the results would indicate, but yeah. John, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us here. Okay, let's get to our answer in 5. Oh, wait, I just did it right there. So counting this year, the Bruins and Sabres have met in the playoffs 9 times. And the Bruins won the first 5 series against Buffalo. They've won 6 out of 8, soon to be 6 out of 9. Nice. All right, let's move on to question number 2. And yeah, keep track of how many you've gotten right. Okay, the last time these two teams faced each other in the playoffs was 2010. Which player was not on the Sabres roster? Is it A, Sharks general manager Mike Grier? Is it B, dirty-ass Raffi Torres? Is it C, Matt Ellis? Or is it D, Miroslav Shatan? And Bruins really putting up a lot of shots on goal. Yeah, thankfully they have more shots on goal than they've allowed goals. Tommy Boy off the bat is saying it's Shatan. Carlo Trem going with D as well. Actually, we do have a few Ds in the chat here. Adam says, I had the Sabres winning the series in 7 games in your mental bracket, but there is a chance they do it in 5. Looking pretty good right now, right? Okay, John's going with D. Well, guys, I'd say that you know your matchups pretty well because Shatan, yeah, it was many years later in his career after he spent a good amount of time with the Sabres. But yeah, he spent his final year in 2010 with the Boston Bruins. Nice job, fellas. Aren't Torres and Satan the same? Kind of, yeah. All right, 2 for 2, Tommy Boy. I love it. All right, let's go on to question 3. We remember Brad May's iconic May Day goal in overtime of Game 4 of the 1993 first round versus Boston. He played 35 more games for the Sabres. How many goals did he score in those 35 playoff games? Is it A, between 0 and 5 goals? Is it B, between 5 and 7? Is it C, between 7 and 11? Or is it D, more than 11? How many more playoff goals did Brad May score with the Boston Bruins? Or Buffalo Sabres, excuse me. He was never a Bruin, I don't think. We're throwing down the B's for Brad May. But we have a deviation. And that deviation is 2 for 2 so far. Here, I'm going to play the soundbite while you throw in your guess. For anybody who's not familiar with this, we play trivia at intermission. Here we go. All right. So playoff goals. Carlo Trem says A. Tommy Boy and John. Look at that. You're all correct. So Brad May only scored 2 more playoff goals with the Sabres. His first playoff goal came at just the age of 20 in 1992. All right, let's roll on to question number 4. We all know the last time the Sabres went to the playoffs was 2011. Which team beat the Sabres that year? And what was the last team that they beat in a series at all? I hope that makes sense. So, did they lose to the Flyers in 2011, but previously they were the last team that they had beaten as well? Is it B, lost to the Rangers and previously beat the Flyers? Is it C, lost to the Flyers and previously beat the Rangers? Or is it D, lost to the Rangers and had previously beaten the Rangers? You can hear the TV a little. Okay. If it's kind of faint, no problem. All right. But I appreciate that. You know, we always got to be on the lookout for copyright infringement. I mean, that's pretty good considering, well, actually my speakers are right here and my mic is up here, but my mic usually does a good job of filtering out noise. All right. So the last team that the Sabres lost to was the Flyers. And all the way back in 2007, that's the last time they won a playoff series. It was the second round of the eastern side of the bracket. So they beat the Rangers last in 2007. So they haven't won a playoff series now in 18, what would be 19 years if they lost again this year. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to question number 5. Okay, I love this one. Which statement about Dominik Hasek's playoff career is true? So only one of these is true. A, he won a Conn Smythe as the playoffs MVP. B, his playoffs career goals against average was under 2. C, he made over 50 saves in the triple overtime loss against the Dallas Stars in Game 6 of the 99 final. Or is it D, he had more shutouts with the Red Wings than with the Sabres? So which statement about Dominik Hasek in the playoffs is true? The East semifinals. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love that jersey. Yeah, it's a classic. I do have a goat head as well. But I haven't worn this blue Sabres jersey in quite some time. So I decided to throw it on. All right. Anybody else want to fathom a guess about the Dominator? All right. Well, guys, I hate to say it, but nobody got it right. Dominik Hasek actually had more shutouts while playing with the Red Wings than he did with the Sabres. In the 2002 Cup final year for Detroit, Hasek had 6 shutouts in just 23 games, and he had 6 total shutouts with the Sabres. And for further information, Joe Nieuwendyk won the Smythe in 99. Nick Lidstrom won it in 02. Hasek's career playoff goals against average was 2.02, so very close to just 2. And he made 48 saves in what was the triple overtime defeat against the Dallas Stars. Ed Belfour made 53 on the other side. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Chance? All right, moving on to question number 6. So now I think we have one more about we're going to go Sabres and then Bruins are the last 4 questions, okay? Okay, who scored the overtime winner in the infamous fog game of the 1975 final against the Philadelphia Flyers? Is it A, René Robert? Is it B, Rick Martin? Is it C, Danny Gare? Or is it D, Gilbert Perreault? So who had the overtime winner in Game 3 of the 1975 Stanley Cup final? So it's called the fog game because it was unusually warm in Buffalo that time of year, and there was a lot of humidity in the building, and that created this crazy fog where a lot of the time it was very difficult to track the puck, especially if you were a viewer. Does anybody else want to fathom a guess here? Okay. I'll reveal the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It was René Robert. The Sabres winning Game 3. It was ultimately they tied it up at 2 apiece, and then Buffalo only scored 1 more goal in the final 2 games as the Broad Street Bullies repeated as Stanley Cup champions. All right, on to question number 7. So these are all Bruins questions going forward, okay? Okay, who is the Boston Bruins all-time leader in playoff game-winning goals? That's specific. So game-winning goals in the playoffs. Is it A, Brad Marchand? B, Phil Esposito? C, Cam Neely? Or D, Patrice Bergeron? CFHL is going for Bergeron. Tommy Boy's going for Marchand. What about the rest of you? Who is the all-time game-winning goal leader for the Boston Bruins? And I mean, these guys, they have plenty. Let's just say that. Hey, what's going on, Patrick? Yeah, man, Sabres are just steamrolling. All right, let's get to our answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carlo changes his answer at the end, and that was a good thing. Brad Marchand, 13 game-winning goals in the playoffs is the franchise record. Marchand is actually 10th all-time in game-winning playoff goals. He's tied with Patrick Marleau and the ageless wonder that is Jaromir Jagr. His last 2 game-winning goals came against the Maple Leafs in the 2024 first round. The Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs, as I've spelled correctly, right? Okay. 3 more questions. We've got number 8. The Bruins hold the record for consecutive seasons making the playoffs, and that wasn't even during the original 6 era. How many seasons in a row did the Bruins qualify for the playoffs? Is it A, 22, B, 25, C, 26, or D, 29? They have the record for consecutive playoff appearances. Yeah. Marchand had, I think, 3 game winners in last year's playoffs. Now, I'm going to have to get through these last couple questions quickly because I got to use the restroom before we get to the second period. So give me your guess in the next 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like some of you actually got this one. The record for consecutive playoff appearances is 29. The Bruins did that from 1968 when the league expanded to 12 teams, and that streak finally came to an end in 1996. What happened then? Well, they bottomed out. They got the first overall pick, and that became Joe Thornton. So they won 2 Stanley Cups in that time period. It's kind of crazy they didn't win more than that, but they went to the final a bunch of times. Okay, on to our final 2 questions. Number 9. Don Cherry coached the Bruins from 1974 to 79. Which statement about the Bruins' playoff history under Don Cherry is false? A, 4 times they swept an opponent in a best-of-7 series. B, Guy Lafleur, rest in peace, of course, recorded more points against Boston than any other player in that span. This is all playoffs. C, they lost a series to Bobby Orr when he played for the Chicago Blackhawks. Or D, they lost twice in the final to the Montreal Canadiens. Which of these statements is false? I do have faith in you guys. Anyone want to fathom a guess? There we go. We got a couple of C's in the chat here. Cortana getting very comfy. All right, no other guesses? All right, we're going to reveal the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, guys. So Bobby Orr never played a playoff game for the Chicago Blackhawks. Injuries were really catching up to him. He had to retire after, I think, only 26 games with Chicago over 2 seasons. So there's just some numbers there. Guy Lafleur was very dominant against the Bruins, 26 points in just 17 games. And the Canadiens did knock off the Bruins twice with Don Cherry as the head coach for the Bruins. Okay? Yeah, a bunch of jerks, right? 6 for 9. Nice. All right, final question. In Game 7 of the 2011 final against the Vancouver Canucks, Patrice Bergeron and Brad Marchand combined for 2 goals apiece in a 4-0 shutout. Which other Bruin had a multi-point game? It's not Zdeno Chara, even though he's pictured here. Is the answer A, Mark Recchi? Is it B, Michael Ryder? C, Dennis Seidenberg? Or D, David Krejci? So which other Bruin had a multi-point game in Game 7 against the Canucks? Yeah. Okay, I'll reveal the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and won? The answer, actually, I don't think I saw this here. It's Dennis Seidenberg, who had just one other assist in that series. So let me know how you did in the chat, guys. I'm going to use the restroom, and then when we come back, it'll probably be the start of the second period. So hold tight. Watch Cortana for me, okay? Of course, Cortana decides to get up. I should have told her to stay there. Carlo is 7 of 10. Hey, that's great. I think anytime anybody can get like more than 4, because these are not particularly easy. So kudos to you. All right, are we underway for period number 2 here? And then if you guys want, at second intermission, we can do a ranking of teams' pressure to win the Stanley Cup. I figured that could be pretty fun. All right, what do we got? Yeah, we're underway with period 2, by the way, so I missed the draw, but that's okay. All right, so second period. Dios mío. So I wonder what Marco Sturm said in the locker room to pump up his team. I'm 38. I remember back to the early 2Ks. Yep, you and me both. I wasn't watching as much, really. Once we got through the lockout of 04-05, that's when I really started watching hockey a lot. A shot from the point there by the Bruins, not quite on goal as it grazed the glove of Lyon. Bruins Sabres trying to get something going in transition. And a puck that bobbles into the bench. It's actually going to be a penalty to somebody. I don't know who though. Cortana's back. Okay. Oh, there she is. Cortana got some time at the park earlier today, and she's still chasing the Frisbee. She's 12 years young, but the exception of some ailments to her back legs from ACL tears and all that, she's still doing really good. I don't have a lot of memories from the early 2000s. Yeah, that makes sense. Nikita Zadorov is leading all players in the playoffs in penalty minutes with 20. So it's another Sabres power play, everybody. And as we know, they scored a power play influence goal to make it 2-0. A one-timer, and that goes off the end boards. And dug out by Zacha. Comes the other way with Janot. And we get an offside to the Bruins in transition. So Buffalo on the power play. Yeah, Bruins have not gotten a power play just yet. Am I doing that right? Yeah, I am. Became a fan in 2009. Great time to hop on board as a Penguins fan. Really? Number 1, Carolina. Oh, in terms of your pressure index, Carolina, Tampa, Edmonton, Colorado, Dallas, Montreal. Yeah, Montreal is always going to have some sort of pressure just because of the market there. But, I mean, boy, oh boy, they're ahead of schedule, to say the least, as Swayman is able to easily steer a bid from the Sabres power play. If Marco said something, Boston didn't listen, well, I wouldn't think that he would say take a penalty in his team. Oh, wait, Thompson. Chance in front with the backhand. Oh, and a nice block there from McAvoy. Or excuse me, looks like it was Lindholm. Somebody in black. Well, that basically took away a goal from Alex Tuck. But the Sabres have another 50 seconds to work with here. Chance down at the goal line. Zucker at the dot now. Working it to Noah Ostlund. Yeah, I've never really watched him before. Sabres holding the zone. 30 seconds left. Ostlund at the dot. Zucker. Dahlin's got it at the point now. Flings it over to Thompson. Tage. Tries to shake and bake. A nice poke check there. Hey, what's up, Blitz? How you doing? How are the playoffs treating you so far? Man, I have some leftover pizza. I might need to dig into that with the mic muted, of course. But yeah, Zucker had a really good chance just a moment ago. We're not in. Right, but so who are you pulling for, though? We'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. And swatted by the Bruins clear. So you are rooting for the Sabres. That's awesome. Well, even though I have a couple priorities myself, having supported the Hurricanes for several years now in the Eastern Conference, and me rooting for Brent Burns to finally win a cup, so go Avs. Buffalo would probably be the next team that I'd cheer for. Here comes McLeod. Nice read there by Elias Lindholm. But the Bruins, they're still not out of their zone just yet, Janot. And finally cleared by Boston with the first 3:20 gone by in this period. And they're still kind of looking out of sorts as they try to move this puck up ice. Minnesota Buffalo in the Cup final. That would be electric. I would love that. Excuse me. Whoa, that something just went rising up in my chambers there. All right, what time is the next game? I think it's at 4 Eastern, so that'll be between the 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. Kings hosting the Avalanche, and what might be the final game for Anze Kopitar. Goals in this game, Peyton Krebs got things started. His second of the postseason. Josh Doan, not even 3 minutes later, his first. The first for Zach Benson. So a couple of youngsters chipping in for the Sabres. His first of the postseason. And then Bowen Byram, 3 goals to lead the Sabres in that department. Bruins getting some zone time. Geeky, and that was partially blocked by Stanley. Otherwise, that could have been interesting there. As a Maple Leafs fan, it's sad not being in the playoffs. I mean, it probably just feels kind of odd given that it's been, 9 years since they last missed the playoffs, or 10 years, excuse me, because they made it in like 17 with Matthews as a rookie, right? Now here comes Thompson. So top line out there for the Sabres. Krebs moving it over to Tuck. Kind of weird seeing Krebs up on a top line with somebody. Thompson, a shot that hits the outside of the net, backhands it to nobody in front of the crease. Bruins coming the other way. Pasta not able to get around Samuelson. As the Bruins have one shot on goal so far in this period. It's 22-6 Buffalo in that respect. And we'll get a is that an offside? I think that's just an offside with the first 5 minutes gone by. Yeah, sure, Trevor. Yeah, I won't be live for that. So yeah, guys, if you're looking for something to do after this, you can head over to Trevor's channel. He longtime supporter of this channel, so I'm happy to at least send some people over there. And who knows? Maybe we'll get some final Andre Kopitar theatrics. That'd be pretty great. New video. Do you make hockey videos? Here comes Zaka across ice. Oh my goodness! And I couldn't see who that is. That looks like somebody in the 70s for Boston. They just couldn't get a handle on that puck. Otherwise, they would have had a good chunk of the net to shoot at, and at least just kind of make this look a little less embarrassing for the Bruins. Middlestat trying to center that in front. Lucas Reichel, that's right. That's right. NHL Wordle during the intermissions. I like that. That's pretty fun. Also, of course, you got what is that called? Puckdoku. We got to do that again at some point. I like that. By the way, the shots have been adjusted. It's now just 21-7 Buffalo. Byram. And Bruins trying to get a little pressure here, but Quinn's going to scoop this up. Chipping it by the defense. Hampus Lindholm going to be the first guy there. It's actually called Hurdle. That's pretty funny. Has Hurdle scored a goal yet? I don't think he has. Jeannot handing it off to Lindholm in the offensive zone. A shot off of Lyon. And now 7 minutes gone by here in the second stanza. I believe it's called that because typically speaking, a sonnet poem is divided into 3 stanzas, but correct me if I'm wrong. There might even be a little couplet there at the end. There you go. Using those high school English skills, right? And the Bruins actually ice the puck right now. Tuck. And knocked away by Pastrnak. Now McAvoy's going to skate this himself. Handing it off to Husnudinov. A chance for Pastrnak. Doesn't quite get through. Lots of bodies in front of the net, though. Oh, that's right. Fraser Minton is playing. Former Toronto Maple Leafs prospect who was part of that Brandon Carlo trade, unless I'm mistaken. Sabres coming through the other way with Peyton Krebs. He shoots and over Swayman's glove. He's going to collect the puck. I don't know how nobody else picked that up. And he's going to lose it there at the point. And right now, this is kind of some low event hockey. Not a whole lot coming on goal for either team. A shot kicked out by Swayman. Benson getting absolutely mauled. Reichel trying to do a nifty backhander there, and now it looks like the Bruins are further entrenched in their own zone. A chance just in front of the crease there, but the Bruins able to get a stick on it. And now Reichel dumps it all the way down where Lyon's going to have to play it over for Byram. Bowen Byram. Probably the best we've seen him offensively in some time. Boston has yet to get above 10 shots. Yeah, I think they're still on what now? 8? All right. Let me know in the chat, who did you have winning the Stanley Cup final in your bracket? Even if you didn't fill out a bracket. When the playoffs started, which team did you have winning the Stanley Cup? I have the Dallas Stars, but there's a lot of hockey to be played. And Minnesota's actually showing some fight now. So who knows? As we get to a commercial, by the way. Tommy Boy has the Oilers over the Hurricanes. Carolina is looking pretty good so far. Edmonton. Mm-hmm. Oh, you actually did pick the Sabres to win the Stanley Cup. My God. That's bold. I mean, I know that they had the best record after what was it? After December 9th, I think they said. But even so, just for the Sabres to get back to the final would be quite an accomplishment after 15 years of disappointment, let's say. Oilers over the Canes, though, that would be a 2006 rematch when Cam Ward stood on his head. Edmonton probably would have won that series, though, if Dwayne Rolson was healthy, because he was having a lights-out playoffs of his own. Edmonton they didn't really have like any star forwards on that team, but they were a pain in the ass to play against. Yeah, not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah. I would still have picked Buffalo over a team like Boston or Pittsburgh. They deserve it more than the other teams that have had a chance. Now, if it's against Minnesota, you're picking the Wild. Oh, okay. Interesting. And that's a team that has never been to the final. Minnesota, last time they won multiple playoff series, 2003. Which was a fun run because they weren't expected to be anywhere near it. They were just a third-year expansion franchise. And then they ran into the Ducks, who were a good team, don't get me wrong, but in part having a show-stopping goaltender like Jean-Sébastien Giguère easily tilted that series in their favor. And then Giguère would win the cup for the Ducks in 2007. Here comes Jack Quinn. Now on the wings, Zacha for the Bruins. Nice stick check there from Quinn. And the Bruins are offside. Sanchez just hit a double home run, by the way. Like a 2-run homer? Wait, for what team? I don't really follow baseball. I try to keep up with what the Giants are doing, but there's like no use when there's a team in the same division that spends like $500+ million. So it's like there's no point. Let's see here. What are the Giants doing right now? I need some baseball scores. Well, the Giants wouldn't quite be playing right now because it's not quite time on the West Coast. I mean, we can talk about other sports a little bit here. I won't be the most knowledgeable, but yeah, we play the Marlins at 1:05 Pacific. So we try to get a little bit closer to 500. Yeah, and Giguère won on the losing side, and don't forget McDavid is now the most recent player to win the Smythe on the losing side. Excuse me. After, of course, leading the playoffs and scoring probably by a country mile. We're just at the halfway point in this game. 10:09 remaining in the second period. Yeah, excuse me. Blue Jays and Guardians. There's a franchise that's starving for a championship. My goodness. 1948, the last time the Indians/Guardians franchise won a title. And man, it is almost unfathomable that roster in the 90s was magnificent. I was really hoping they'd win a World Series, but couldn't get past the Braves and they couldn't get past the Marlins. You have the MLB app. Yeah, I can't say that I know of any Swedes who follow baseball, but that's cool. Let's go Jays. Well, even if I'm not a Jays fan, as long as you can beat the Yankees, I'll be happy. But I was kind of hoping the Mariners were going to pull it out. The closest team for me is the Mariners. Well, the Bruins actually getting some zone time here. Pastrnak handing it off into the slot. Back to Lindholm. They still haven't really tested Lyon a ton. A shot, and that goes off the side of the net. I think that was off of Geeky. Pasta one-timer immediately blocked by Tyson Kozak, who I had never even heard of before this game. As my stomach growls. And the Sabres getting a clear. Now the long change, they're going to have to try to get a couple players off. Circling is Reichel. Out to Zadorov, who was apparently, according to hockeyreference.com, the most viewed player page for Idaho residents a few years ago. I have no idea why. He was with the Flames at that time. Zadorov coming in, a backhander, and just wide of Lyon's glove. That was probably the best chance the Bruins have gotten since a couple minutes into this game. Yeah, I would not know what sort of streaming package you would need to watch baseball from that far away. Under 8 to play in the second period. The teams you hate are LA, New York, both New York teams. And Cleveland. Oh, really? Even Cleveland. Interesting. Yeah, the funny thing for me is, even though I'm a Giants fan, I actually kind of like the Padres. But, yeah. And I don't mind the Angels, even though they beat us in the World Series in 2002. But, yeah. The Dodgers would be at the top of my hate list for any sports team. Yankees, not quite as high, but the only time I will ever want the Yankees to win is when they play LA, but that didn't really work out too well 2 years ago. I only like the Giants because of Rafael Devers. Yeah, he's got to get his shit together, though, man. Partly because of how the World Series went last year. I will say, though, that even if I'm not a fan of those teams, or I'm not a fan of what's happening with spending in baseball and deferred salary and all that, I will say that the end of that World Series was so entertaining. Really, it was. I mean, like, I can't help it but admit that, you know. Seeing Boston like this makes you happy no matter what the sport is. Dallas Cowboys. So who do you root for in hockey? I guess that's what makes me curious. I tried to watch baseball, but I found it boring. Do I watch Banana Ball? Yeah, I got to see the Savannah Bananas last September at the Mariners ballpark, so T-Mobile Park in Seattle. And that was some of the most fun I have ever had at a sporting event. And I've been to a lot of cool sporting events in my life, but that was so fun from the moment you got into that building. Canadiens, I understand now. And good luck against the Lightning. I'm hoping you win, because Sabres and Sabres versus Canadiens in the second round. I want that. That would be a lot of fun, and a big hit there by somebody on the Bruins. It might have been Zadorov. As Boston actually putting something together here as we get down to 5:20 left in the second period. I think I'll legitimately try to heat up some pizza. Maybe I'll ask Mrs. Twister to help me out with that. Had Ducks and Hab. Oh, really? You had the Ducks going to the final? My God. Yeah, Zadorov almost really knocked somebody out there. That's interesting. Palm Beach sleep. Looks like the Bruins just hit a post right now. So this is the best they've looked all game, as they're past 10 shots now. I've seen some tractor pulling in your life. Really? That's interesting. In person? In Sweden? They've got Hicks in Sweden. I need to go. All right. Here come the Bruins again. Lindholm. Lyon outside of his crease makes the save. Another chance for Lindholm. He wanted to get Pastrnak involved on a one-timer, and he passed up an opportunity to shoot there. But yeah, Ducks and Habs would be electric as well, Palm Beach Sleep. That would be very ahead of schedule for both teams, especially the Ducks. But I don't think too many people pick the Ducks to beat the Oilers. I was one of them, though. Granted, I am hate watching that series, hoping the Oilers lose because my Sharks have the Oilers draft pick. Drink every time I talk about that. We're going to cook those. We still didn't forget the fights in Game 2 against the Lightning. That's been a really fun series. I haven't sat down and watched a whole game by itself. Maybe I got some stuff to do today, but I'll probably have that on my my second screen while I'm doing some work on this right here. We're at a commercial break, by the way. You guys are doing fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with me here. Please do leave a thumbs up. That does help the channel, or at least it used to. But I would appreciate that. Don't do it for me, though. Do it for Cortana, really. Bruins are going to be on the power play when we come back from the commercial. Thank you, Chance. If I ever say Chase, by the way, I'm sure there's sometimes people mess that up with you. Nothing personal. You matter to me, Chance. And so the thing is, Chase, what matters, right? Like the credit card, so, or the bank. So anyway, I'll shut up about that. Go Sabres, go, says Habs Absolutely Hockey. Thank you for joining. I love the Habs jersey in the background. Well, yes, thank you. Merci. It's because it's Guy Lafleur, and recently was the 4-year anniversary of Guy's passing. So we have to honor the flower as best as we can. Yeah. Man, Montreal, I could see in the future Montreal in the final against Anaheim, Chicago, maybe. Hopefully one day my Sharks, because hey, my Sharks, our record against the Canadiens is actually really good. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. Rest in peace, Guy. They call you Chase all the time. Yeah. A second name. Right. I'm trying to think, what is the name that people mistakenly call me the most? It might be Rick. Mick with an M, like Mick Jagger. I do get that. Orbital, how we doing? Welcome back. It's great to have you here. Please don't do Sharks versus Habs. Sharks have our number. Yeah, strangely we do. I always think about this game back in like 2008 when we got Brian Campbell and he did a spin. It was against Montreal. It was like I don't know. It was a great game. But he did a crazy spin move and then scored on a backhander. What is going on in B-Town? Yeah. A chance there for McAvoy, and that goes over the net. And now a loose puck at the point. McAvoy able to retrieve it, though. I mean, the Bruins have done something the Sabres haven't in this series, and that is score a power play goal. A chance at the point. Now back for the one-timer, Pastrnak shooting it right into some big guy for Buffalo. Boston is 0 for 74 all-time when trailing by 4 goals in the playoffs. Hey, I know a team that's come back from 4 goals down in the playoffs. That would be my Sharks against the Kings in 2011. Oh, man, a lot of traffic in front of the net there. Still a minute on this power play as Geeky is going to retrieve it. Bruins with just 11 shots on goal. Now tripping over power was Lindholm. And he'll feed the point. Booming shot there. Lyon getting a piece of that. And the Sabres can get the clear. That was a great game as well. The Brian Campbell game, the 2011 Sharks and Kings, the 4-goal comeback. Oh man, I turned that game off. Like I was like, this is embarrassing. We're losing to the Kings. And then my friend kept texting me and I'm like, what's going on? And then I turned it back on and it wasn't overtime yet, but yeah, the Sharks, I think they were tied and they took the lead and then the Kings got a goal back and then the Sharks won an OT. All right, final seconds of this power play here. On a goal from, if you remember who, a shot blocked in front, and the Bruins come up empty-handed on this power play. A one-timer at the side, and Lyon getting a piece and robbing. Was that Middlestat? Under 2 to play. Casey Middlestat just got absolutely robbed. We need another Rick Jenneret because we haven't done a soundbite in a while here.
Do you believe? Oh, brother, we are not worthy.
No, I actually meant to use this one.
Incredible save. He robbed him. Call it copy. Robbed Elmore blind. Call it copy.
What-
I don't believe it.
Commercial break, by the way. Orbital Stride asks, what was my cup final prediction? Well, it's already ruined because I liked the Senators out of the Metropolitan side of things to win against Carolina. I thought that would be a bad matchup against the Canes. And yes, it was a sweep, but it was a very close series. Every game was neck and neck pretty much. I had them winning against whoever, Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, whoever advanced there. I had Ottawa winning that. And then I decided to go off on a limb and pick the Sens to win the conference final. So, yeah, that's completely effed right now. I had them losing in the final to the Dallas Stars. Surprised I'm doing another game that's not the Sharks. You know, I got to do something here. These playoffs have been really exciting. So, yeah, I don't want to just be doing Sharks on this channel. One day, would I ever consider having just a Sharks channel separately? Maybe. The Sharks could go after Braden Schneider. Yeah, they were targeting him during the season as well. Shimon Nemitz is another player they could be interested in as well. But I still think that they probably I deserve an F+ for the prediction. I mean, the Sens just got swept, so fair. But I think the Sharks need somebody maybe with a little bit more proven experience on defense. Because otherwise, you got Dmitry Orlov, you've got Shakir Mukhamadullin, Sam Dickinson, Eric Polkamp potentially, Luca Cagnoni, and maybe Vincent Desharnais. Like, I don't think the Sharks are going to make the playoffs next year unless something happens with a defensive upgrade and Yaroslav Askarov has to actually look like an NHL goaltender. I hate to say that, but he was bad, except for 1 month. But I'm cheering for him. What was my prediction for the finals? Yeah, I had Dallas versus Ottawa. But now if I were to revise that, I'll say Dallas versus Montreal. Ottawa holds a special place in your heart. Big fan of Ullmark. Yeah, and I mean they sure as hell didn't lose because of Ullmark. He was fantastic. Just the big guys didn't show up for Ottawa, and I know they had their injuries at the very end of things, but yeah, they shriveled up. Bird Trinesco, yeah. Yep. Ottawa, yep. From someone thought the Kings can do something against Colorado, we were in the same place. Oh, really? I mean, they've played McKinnon really well. He has not been a factor in that series so far, but you still have to have some offense, and yeah, the Kings just don't have that. Montreal and Dallas would be exciting. Yeah, I think so. Here comes Middlestat. Nice blocker save there from Lyon as we're under a minute in the second period. And when we get to second intermission, fellas, I'm going to have a rankings for Stanley Cup. It's a Stanley Cup pressure index. So how much pressure is on each team to win the Stanley Cup? So I hope you'll stick around for that. Rematch of 2020 would be nice as well. Yeah, I've seen enough of Tampa Bay, frankly. Oh, great. As my connection just totally bugged out. You know, Tampa Bay hasn't even won a playoff series since they got to the final in 22. Sharks legend Carey Price. Yeah, he's off the books now. And I think next year the Sharks can get Logan Couture off the books, I think. Because that's, you know, an $8 million cap hit right there, too. I know that StreamYard. I mean, if your team is getting absolutely blanked, at least throw some good hits if you're Nikita Zadorov. 100% for the Penguins, talking about pressure. They faced more pressure to get the first overall pick this year, Tiago. I really think Oilers at number 1. It's close. I mean, at least they have McDavid for 2 more years, but they got to be at the top of that list, or toward the top at the very least, right? All right, 22.2 seconds remaining here. Look at that. Boston's had 9 shots on goal this period. Let's give it up for Boston. There's no chance now that Boston gives up more goals than they have shots on goal. I've been eyeing Askarov since World Juniors. Was he really bad this year? Yeah, I mean, I think statistically he was like a bottom 10 goaltender, but I'd even say that he was worse than that. He let in a lot of soft goals. It is maddening to watch some of the decisions he makes to play the puck. He's very athletic. And the top of the net got exposed as the season went along. So yeah, I think next year he has to take a big step forward, or I think the Sharks should move on from him, frankly. Because if he was, I know he wouldn't necessarily be Jesper Wallstedt in net. If he was somewhere between his performance this year and Wallstedt this year, if he was somewhere in the middle, the Sharks would be in the playoffs, even without defense. All right, I'm going to take a moment here to pull up my tier rankings. So hold on a second here, fellas. All right, let's go with that. Yep. Okay. Now I don't even have the Senators on here because they gone. But I have all 15 teams. It's completely random. So you guys tell me, okay? All right, we're going to start off with our first team. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, wait, look who's first. It's the Montreal Canadiens. So at the very top, it's maximum pressure. A tier is cup or bust. B, not the end of the world, but oh wait, sorry. That should be C tier. So B is high hopes, moderate expectations. Right? So teams that are hopeful, but they're going to be okay. C, not the end of the world, a team that could be retooling or something like that. And D is like playing with house money. It's just awesome that they're in the playoffs in the first place. All right. So you think Wallstedt is better than Askarov? Askey beat Wallstedt, but one meeting in the AHL. Oh, Wallstedt's way ahead of Askarov right now. Are the Boston Senators playing this game? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So okay. So let me know what is your ranking for the Canadiens. So Orbital has kicked it off saying big C, low B tier for the Bleu Blanc et Rouge, but I want as many opinions on this as possible. And we got to go through this quickly, okay? So fire away. Mason, what's going on? That's you. Yeah. Thanks for jumping in here, man. You stepped up the production game when you did the ranking the matchups. Solid B for the Canadiens. All right. We don't have a whole lot of time on this, so I'm going to just throw this up in B tier. Montreal is not end of the world. So they're straddling the line here. I mean, hey, most tier rankings start out in the B tier. So let's put Montreal in B. What about Minnesota? What about the Wild? What do you think are the expectations for the Minnesota Wild? The pressure, I should say. Low A for the Wild. I mean, they did trade for Quinn Hughes. That's a big deal, and they just signed Kirill Kaprizov to not astronomically, but significantly the NHL's highest average annual value. C for the Hurricanes and Avalanche. Really, just C. Interesting. But we're talking about the Wild here, and it looks like we're kind of leaning toward the A tier. And you know what? I think that I'll respect that. I think that's pretty. You can make plenty of arguments that they're getting closer to that Cup or bust. All right. Like I said, we're going to go through these quickly. All right. What about the Hurricanes? The Carolina Hurricanes knocking on the door for several years now in the Rod Brind'Amour era. They've gone to the conference final 3 times with him. No, excuse me, 2 times with him. No, excuse me, 3 times with him, right? Yeah. The first time was back in 2019. That was certainly unprecedented. High A, and Mason saying now S tier, like maximum pressure on this team. It's if they can't get to the final this year, especially with the Panthers out of the picture, it would be an embarrassment. Steve is tempering things down a little bit. Give me ultimate pressure. Don't want limbo floating S tier. Good enough for me. I think that this team could still be pretty competitive, but Jordan Stahl and to a lesser extent Jacob Slavin, they're getting a little older, right? They have tried in the past to land a blue chip addition like Mikko Rantanen, and we see what happened there. I mean, Stankoven, he is a playoff dog. I love that guy. But yeah, I think that S is going to be, relatively speaking, a good pick here. All right, what about the Penguins? The Pittsburgh Penguins, interesting here because on one side of things, you've got 3 aging veterans who you've built your franchise around. And on the other side of things, this was a team that was supposed to be in the mix for Gavin McKenna or a top 3 pick in the NHL. So Mason's going more in that direction. It's D tier. They're playing with house money. Don't worry about it. They're already out. So D. Yeah, I don't even have the Senators here. I don't want to talk about Ottawa after what I did, what they did to my bracket. Low B, D. All right. We'll go D tier for Pittsburgh. All right. Not pictured. Ottawa Senators. Okay. What about the Edmonton Oilers? Back-to-back Western Conference champions. They have McJesus for 2 more years after this year. Draisaitl's making $14 million. Wild, you wouldn't say cup or bust. Yeah, I'd say like definitely on the lower side of A, but yeah. Oilers, you'd say A. Couple of S's here already. Mid B for Edmonton. S for the Oilers, just trying to get different pieces at this point. Contracts are coming to an end. I mean, Zach Hyman getting a little bit older. Ekholm, not the same Matthias Ekholm. Well, I'm going to definitely put my opinion in here. I think that there's probably more urgency in the sense that, like, I can't actually rank them higher than Carolina, but that's all right. A tier there, or cup or bust. Are we going to move the Oilers down? I'm not moving the Oilers lower than the Hurricanes personally, but it's at least cup or bust, yeah. What about the Golden Knights? Champions in 23. They locked up Eichel long-term. Having a hard time figuring out the goaltending. Low A, Vegas B. D tier, says Trevor. Maybe there's an argument because they're consistently in the playoffs and they can retool with whatever star player that they want to bring in. A, they've got years left. Okay. B for Vegas really helps that they had those couple of great runs. Yeah, I'm more kind of in the B range personally myself too. But we've got some we got A's and B's here. I'm going to put them in B, but I'll put them ahead of Montreal. I think there's definitely more in the hockey community, maybe Montreal itself isolated, there would be high expectations, but Vegas is more seasoned, right? They're built to win now. Rough spot for the Bruins. Yeah, most definitely. All right, what about the Dallas Stars? Dallas Stars, 3 trips to the conference final. They got Mikko Rantanen last year. Heiskanen, Harley, Hintz, Robertson. They've got lots of good players who have plenty of good years left, albeit you have Jamie Benn aging out. Matt Duchene still producing, but not particularly young he is. Got a couple of S's. We got some A's. A's higher than the Y. Okay, I see that. Same boat as Carolina. I think I would probably agree with you, Mason, but I am seeing some A's here. I think that Dallas, even though Carolina has some good young players, I think Dallas has like better top end players who can be good for the next several years. So, plus it's their first year with Gulletson as head coach. I don't know if that really is a strong argument. Like Brendan Moore has to be facing a lot more heat himself. So I'd put Dallas at the front of the A tier. All right, guys. What about the Mammoth? Utah B. Couple of C's. C for the Mammoth. I'm good with that too. I'd even say low C. It's great that they got into the playoffs and they finished the season strongly. And who knows? Maybe they'll actually win their first round matchup. Who knows? Maybe they'll get to the goddamn conference final. All right. Well, anyway, let's move on to the Flyers. First time they've been in the playoffs since 2020. First year under Rick Tocchet. Couple of young stars on that team really starting to make a name for themselves. Philly is also a low C. Yeah, it'd be weird to say that there's pressure in the sense that they haven't won a cup in 50 years because this team has nothing to do with it and they're just starting to figure out who they are, right? Higher than Utah. Given the market, I think that's fair. We'll put the Flyers maybe a little bit higher. Yeah. You didn't see anything from in terms of expectations. Yeah. That's cool. All right. What about the Bruins? Would you say that they're in the same camp as the Penguins? I don't think too many people had them making the playoffs. Boston D. And they're pretty much done too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that anybody had them in their bracket going to the conference final. Maybe pulling an upset against Buffalo, who that group hasn't really been in the playoffs. Yeah, Boston in D. I think that's fair too. I'd even put them behind the Penguins in the sense that, the Bruins or the Penguins have those veterans who are later in their career, and Boston still has good years ahead for Pasta and for McAvoy. Good pick, guys. What about the Sabres? Habs absolutely says C tier for Buffalo. just for making it, albeit it was probably, it's like, finally you guys actually made it. I'm sure that the fans understand that, yeah, they won the division, but they shouldn't necessarily be the cup favorite. You could say that they're a contender. Making the playoffs is just a bonus for the Bruins this year. B for the season for Buffalo. Sabres B tier. C tier, this is Adam. Yeah, I think that you guys are spot on. They're basically right with the Canadiens, but I'm going to put them right at the head of C instead of B because Montreal, I think it's that not just the market, but they were in the playoffs last year. They've only been better as the season has progressed. So, yeah, I'll put them at the front of C. All right, what about the Ducks? First trip to the postseason in 8 years. Yeah, and right now, I guess you would say that with the way that the Habs are playing against the Lightning, that kind of raises the stakes for them too. So that's cool. C, C, D. I see the Ducks kind of similar to Philadelphia. Yeah, it's been a while since they've made it, but the guys who are actually guiding the team are the really young players. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you guys. I'll put Anaheim also in C. Now, what about Colorado? This one's interesting. They had the best record in the NHL. They haven't done too much since they won back in 22. They haven't been to the conference final since then. I can feel your emotion through the screen. Abs, absolutely. S tier. All right. It looks like the Abs way up at the top. I can't, for some reason, I don't know if my browser's just being a jerk to me, but there we go. I would probably say Oilers and Canes. I'd probably have the Oilers just a little bit ahead. All right. We got, that was easy, right? Let's go with the LA Kings. The Kings got Artemi Panarin, led by Anze Kopitar. But yeah, going into it, having to face the juggernaut of Colorado, that's fair. That's fair. I'll put them in D. And let's conclude with the Bolts. Kemper and who? Hey, Anton Forsberg's played really well for them. He's been the starter. Tampa Bay. I think there's got to be a little bit more. I'm leaning more toward A myself personally, just because, Kucherov is still the top winger in the game, right? And Vasilevsky's arguably the top goaltender. But the thing is that they have not won a round since they got to the final in 22. So I think that there has to be some progress there. So Bolts B, B, A. I'm going to go, let's go A tier for Tampa Bay. I would probably have them, I'll put them at the end of A. So that's what we look like right there. Bruins look old and stupid. Uninspired is kind of the word that I'm thinking of. All right, guys. Cool. Thanks for doing that with me. Let's get back to the game. If I don't know if the third period has commenced. All right, let's see if I can get this back up. Na 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 na. All right. So I think probably when we come back from this commercial, and thanks for getting through those rankings quickly with me, fellows. They are against a young team. What is their excuse now? Exactly. It has not. Oh, We got Avalanche and Kings after this one. Excuse me. Here, let me get the camera more toward Cortana here. Bell Center is electric. It's sure as hell sounds like it. Ah. There we go. There we go. Oh. A little bit more. There you go, girl. I say Habs the series. Oh, they'll win the series if they can win tonight. I mean, it's a big if, right? Every game has gone to overtime. Puck is down in the third. Yeah, I'm just a little behind, but thank you. All right. Oh, I never said intermission. All right. There we go. Yep, and the puck has dropped for the third period. I don't know why I still had Boston on a power play. I'll take that off too. I mean, shoot, you could give Boston a power play for the rest of this game, and I still think they'd lose. But yeah, I'm excited to, of course, watch Montreal and Tampa Bay. I'm worried Vasilevsky is going to blank us for a game. He's so good. I would think that he's going to be at least a Vezina Trophy finalist again. Will I stream during Habs in Tampa? I will not. No. Just being live for flapping my lips for 3 straight hours. That's challenging enough. Here comes Dahlin, and now down from McLeod. Zucker along the half boards. Will I do any other games today? No. Just this one. You know. Yeah, I've got some stuff to take care of. By the way, the gap in shots has closed to 23-15. Lyon trying to find Krebs. But the Bruins work it back out to the point. A shot off the end boards. Back to the point it goes. And in front, Reichel was trying. Right now over to the goal line off of a teammate's stick. So the Bruins trying to put a cycle game together here. You know, coming out in the second period like this would have been all right. Back come the Sabres. Here is Peyton Krebs. A shot. Looking for a tip play in front with Alex Tuck. Didn't quite get on goal. How many jerseys do I have? My largest pickup was Oilers McDavid Reebok. Orange alternate. Oh, the Orange Crush. I used to have one of those. But I have fewer jerseys than I did about 3 years ago. That's when I actually started selling some in my collection. Not because I wanted to. I just needed the extra cash. So I have like 90, I think. 80, somewhere between 80 and 90. But yeah, like I used to have like multiple jerseys for every team. Yeah, I used to have multiple jerseys for every team, except for Vegas because they didn't have that many jerseys at the time. But now there are some teams I don't have jerseys for. So I don't have a Bruins jersey, but I have 3 Sabres jerseys. How about that? Keeping the alternates and thirds. Yeah, those are the ones that are generally speaking more rare, you know. Yeah, like one that I sold was it was a replica, but it had fabric numbers. So it was a Mario Lemieux Robo Penguin, the black one with the gradient across the chest. Yeah, that was one that I begrudgingly parted ways with. I loved that jersey. So that's probably the rarest one or the most valuable one that I sold. Oh, Jansen robbing Kozak is Swayman. I got a Flyers Adidas jersey on sale at Sports K, the current design. Oh, that's cool. Because I know that they've been selling some of those for like $75, as cheap as those, as that. How much did the Penguins Lemieux sell for? I think it was like $220. I thought it would be worth more, but you know, I was looking at what other people were selling it for. So counting the seller's fee from eBay and shipping, I basically broke even with how much I paid for it. Yeah, but I still am grateful that I have an Islanders fisherman from the 90s, and that's a blank. But I paid like $160 for that, so I don't know how much I could sell that for now. But I don't need to sell it. Those Gold Vegas jerseys are really itchy. So you got rid of yours, yeah. I don't have that one. I have the gray one. That's my favorite one they've worn. Yeah. Ethan, what's going on, man? I hope the playoffs are treating you well. Ooh. I never got one of those Sharks 35th anniversary jerseys. That was the heritage one they had this year. I would like to get one if I can, but that's going to be a little difficult for my size, probably. But yeah, maybe one day. Now here comes Kozak again. Through the crease, he was looking for Malenstein. As I would imagine, the Sabres are going to have their fourth line out there a little bit more. I did buy Coyotes recently. Nice. Which one? Flyers may scratch Michkov. Wow. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be all that surprised. Here comes McAvoy in alone and knocked away. I don't know if that was Power who got a piece of that, but he was in alone against Lyon otherwise. I'm saving up in case the Habs have a new jersey with the hometown remix. Oh, good point. No idea what that would look like, but I don't know. I'm kind of fearful for the NHL to do that because I do not like those City Connect baseball jerseys. There are some that are kind of cool, but I'm more simple, right? Stick to your brand, stick to your logo, your secondary logo, and your colors. But it'd be cool to see the Flyers do the black jersey from the 90s. Yeah, I'd like to see that come back to you. Am I planning to do any off-season streams? Just curious. Maybe the draft. I typically do a stream during the draft. I was shot from Stanley, and he had a good look at the net there, but couldn't quite get it on net. It'd be cool to see. Yeah. So maybe some activity during the off-season. Maybe. I'd kill for a neon volt green Columbus jersey. What do they call that? Like electric yellow or something? I forget what they call that. Electric gold, even though it's like highlighter yellow. Okay, I kind of would like to see that one too. All right. Bruins just trying to get this clear, but nice forecheck there. Zach Benson's had a really good game. Shot from the point. Oh, off the rebound, and Swayman, great job to deny. I think that was probably Quinn there, or Doan for Buffalo. And Doan deflects off somebody into the bench. Please keep you in the loop. I mean, the easiest way to do that is hitting the bell for notifications, but I will try. I will try to let you guys know when I do something like that. I just don't think that YouTube ever. I don't think it does a very efficient job of showing people my content. Not that I'm really making much anymore, but yeah. The Aztec Coyote is with the 2021 logo. Oh, the Kachina, yeah. Good pick. The Stinger logo is straight yellow, according to the color code. Huh. Greenway. There's somebody who I liked him on the Wild quite a bit, but he really hasn't been much of a factor with the Sabres, I don't think. But, I mean, if you need somebody to go out there and play physical, he'll do that for you. And they score! Beck Malenstein makes it 5-0.
Buffalo scores!
You know, I've liked Beck Malenstein on this team, though. In the limited time I've seen him. Cortana, you want a treat? No, Cortana's just tired. Huh? Treat? No? Okay. Well, I'll give you some treats afterwards. The Bruins are going to win. Never say never. I wonder if there's ever been a 5-goal comeback in a single period. I know there have been a lot of 4 goals. I think the Senators had one against the Maple Leafs, didn't they? But maybe that was not just one period. All right. We'll catch you later, Ethan. Enjoy the playoffs in the meantime, sir. Time to MTT. Actually, the Bruins fans haven't the lower bowl, at least on the broadcast, looks very full still. Sabres are not letting up, though, offensively. They've got it in the zone. They've had it in the zone ever since that last goal. It's the McLeod line out there for them. And now finally a clear for the Bruins. Jeez. Oh, God, that man. Lifeless. A lifeless performance for the Boston Bruins. And I thought they were going to tie things up. I still had the Sabres winning the series, but I figured Boston wouldn't drop both games at home. They're probably not even going to have another home game the way things are going. Chance, what are we doing? Oh, another one. Is that Tuck on the board for the Sabres? And the rout continues. And Swayman's been in the net this whole time, yeah? Cornelius, welcome. Jeez, man. Why are they letting Swayman stay in the net? This is dumb. I can't. Yeah. That's fine, man. Sometimes moments like these make me glad that my team has not been in the playoffs the last 7 years. Jeez. And I think the Sabres have goals from 6 different players. Yeah. Krebs, Doan, Benson, Byram, Malenstein, Tuck. Yikes, man. I am praying we get Sabres Canadiens in the second round. That would be so much fun. You know what could also be really fun? Think about Mammoth versus Ducks. Absolutely. And then, of course, the Central, those juggernauts, whether it's Dallas or Minnesota facing Colorado. That would be, again, another just dogfight. So I'm about to pull Patrick Wall. Shit. The way this game has gone. As we hit a commercial break. The speed won't be contained if we get Habs and Sabres. Yeah, I agree. And same thing with Utah versus Anaheim. That would be a speed fest. Think about that, man. Cooley and Gunther going up against Leo Carlson, Gauthier, Seneca. I'm here for it. It's funny because it's like I forgot the other day. I was like, wait, oh yeah, that's right. The Mammoth have Clayton Keller too. I mean, Keller was, shoot, I didn't even know that he was above a point per game this year. He has 2 assists in the 3 games. Let's go, Buffalo. Oh, God. Yeah, did you guys see that video of this, like, fighting dummy, like an actual dummy with a Bruins jersey on, and these guys are dressed up in, like, they have their helmets and their jerseys and Sabres gear, and they're, like, tackling the dummy in front of everybody? I'm sure a fair amount of you have seen that. This series is over already. You're already convinced, huh? Yeah, so am I too. Down to 13 minutes left in regulation. My goodness, I appreciate it if you still want to stick around for this, given that if anything's going to happen, it's either a garbage time goal or, I don't know, maybe could we get maybe a fight here? I don't know. Buffalo hasn't been overly physical. They haven't needed to be. I saw the one where a guy speared the dummy. I didn't see that one. I saw a clip where a buddy fell and lost to the dummy. Yeah, these are the same fans that break picnic tables. Oh, Swayman got pulled. Okay, finally. God. I thought he was going to get pulled after the first period. And it's not because of him. It's the ineptitude of his team to get the puck cleared and get some like decent zone time. These streams make blowouts 100 times more enjoyable. Well, thank you. And when we have Thiago here, it's a Brazilian blowout. If anybody is familiar with that hair treatment. Shot from McAvoy off the end boards. Husnadinov. I love his name, Marat Husnadinov. I like him. I think he's got some moxie, if you will. Here he's got it against Kozak. And a really good job just taking the puck behind the net and fighting off two defenders. Buffalo 6 goals on 29 shots. Now one pumped there by, I don't know if that was Lindholm, but that caroms out into the neutral zone. You might be able to hear the Boston coach from your own homes after this game. Yeah, really. I think I'd rather have the other kind of blowout. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Zadorov right to Ryan McLeod. Sir tries to take it from behind the goal and feed it out in front. Now a chance there, a pad save by, what would that be, Korpisalo? All right, down to 11 minutes. I'm like 11 more minutes of this. That's all we need to. We only have 11 more minutes of watching this Bruins team. Hallelujah. 6-0 in your own barn too. Yeah, good point. Jays win 4-2. There you go, Chance. Get down with it. Yeah. What's the score? Wait, the Giants are playing right now. Yeah, we just started though. Yeah. And it's nothing at the top of the second for the San Francisco Giants. I appreciate you of course, joining us here. Please do leave a thumbs up. I know some people are going to go before the final horn. Makes sense. That's cool. Maybe we'll do another one of these soon. Is Buffalo just playing better? Yeah, they're just hungrier. Doesn't seem like Boston is generating anything, hardly anything. So you're right in both cases. And it's not like the Bruins are trying to do too much physically. You know, they're not like trying to get under the Sabres' skin. It doesn't look like it. Oh, nice save by Lyon from that high slot shot. Oh, no, here comes Malenstein. Shot. Oh, and just wide of the blocker of Korpisalo on what was kind of a 2-on-1 there. Cubs and Dodgers underway. Go Cubs. Here, you know what I'll do? This game's already over anyway. I'll put on the Cubbies hat one more time. There we go. There. We'll throw that on. Wouldn't mind a 5-game Habs versus Bolts stream. Oh, a game 5. Oh. Well, we've had some Montreal fans in this chat, probably because you're hate watching this. Maybe I will entertain that if I'm not too busy. Maybe I will. I haven't done a stream involving Montreal just yet. I don't think. Not this year. Maybe I did one. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But the Canadiens are too exciting to not want to watch them. The only thing is this hat's a little tight on me. A little snug with the thick salad that's going on up top here. I think I'm gonna cheer every time a minute is ticked down in this game at this point. And that was Toronto now back to being sad watching the Bruins get a touchdown scored on that. You always have those little zingers there, Chance. Did Cortana do playoff? No, actually, she has not done that in a long time. Maybe we need to do something around that, at least for the members. Maybe a Cortana playoffs predictions. Is it a fitted hat? Yeah, it's fitted. Yeah. Here comes Tuck once again as the Sabres might be going for the extra point. Shoot, you would think the Bills were on the ice with all this offense. Pastrnak, I don't know why he passed up on the opportunity to potentially shoot there. Maybe he just doesn't want to get hurt right now, which I don't blame him.
We got a couple of Sabres in the locker room right now. Kozak has gone to the locker room after that hit by McAvoy. And Zucker's also there as well.
Hey, kiddo. Nah, she's getting up and going to hang out with Mrs. Twister. The Benson line out for Buffalo. They've had a very nice game. Then again, it's kind of hard to say that nobody for the Sabres has had a bad game, or it's hard to say that nobody for Buffalo has had a bad game. Down to 8:30. And Logan Stanley will just take his time. A little pirouette backhander over to Byram, and now he'll receive the return pass. McAvoy applying some pressure, and he's got it behind the Sabres net. Husnudinov feeding the point. A shot. Nowhere near the net there. And Byram will pitch this to the point. Sabres can't get the clear, though. This offense is better than what Josh Allen has. Yeah, it's getting there. There's not a rally house in Idaho yet. Hope they can get that there soon. The place I work. Rally house. Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of that. That sounds like is that like a sports bar chain? Here's Hampus Lindholm now. Going for the tip play. But just the tip. Maybe the Bruins will actually get to 20 shots on goal here. Here's Tanner Jeannot. Lindholm didn't even know to expect that. And Korpisalo coming out to play that puck. Sports merchandise. Okay, cool. I went to school with somebody who was a pretty skilled videographer and photographer, but he was always a big sports fan. He lives in I think I want to say New Hampshire, but yeah, he has his own sports merchandise business or a sports merch and memorabilia. That's the word. Yeah, he has his own business there. Seems like it's expanding and doing well. I think that's so cool. It's like if I just wish that I would have done something like that instead of just like got almost a useless degree but that's life. Stuff lets you down. But yeah, Rally House. Huh. I'll have to maybe check it out online or something. All right, we're down to 6-10 now. Just one goal to save your honor. The thing is that it doesn't even look like anybody wants to score that badly. It's almost that bad. But don't forget, guys, the Stars lost game 1, albeit that was only game 1. And that was a 6-1 game. So they were able to answer and respond with a couple victories after that. We have all sorts of teams with Rally House. And yes, that even includes the San Jose Sharks. That's pretty great. Oh, after this, I am heating up some pizza. All right, McAvoy. Nice shake and bake around Dahlin. Takes a hit from Ostlund and will now have to chase Owen Power. Regrouping is Dahlin. All the way down the ice it goes. Benson there. A couple hits there from the Bruins. Ostlund. Really pronounced Östlund or Östlund if you're Swedish. Sabres not coasting to the finish line. No, they want to keep going. Nice save by Korpisalo from the point there. One more time. Yeah, again, if you're looking for something to do after this, you got Avalanche and Kings game 4. And Trevor right here, T-Money, is going to be got a penalty here. But yeah, Trevor's going to be streaming during the Avalanche and Kings game. So come hang out with Trevor and witness maybe the second sweep of the Stanley Cup playoffs and potentially the final game for first ballot Hall of Famer to be Andrei Kopitar. One more commercial break, or at least maybe 2 more. But yeah, we hit a commercial break here. We'll get a power play to, I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be a power play for the, or is it 4-on-4? It's going to be 4-on-4. My bad. Let's not talk about that game. Dallas was something in game 1. Yeah. And you can't blame injuries for that. No, sir.
It feels good to take control of your wallet. It feels good to Geico. Saving time on a great haircut at great clips can feel like
all right. Catch you later, Trevor. Have a good stream. And go Avs. Let's get Brent Burns one step closer to his Stanley Cup. But the Avalanche just might have to beat their nemesis, the Stars, in the second round, unless the Wild have something to say about that. You all remember how last year the Avalanche had a 3-goal lead heading into the third period against Dallas. And Mikko Rantanen puts his new team on his back. His second new team, if you count his less than stellar 13 games or whatever it was with the Hurricanes. I need Burnsy to retire Andrei Kopitar today. It's funny because Burns has been coming after Kopitar in this series. He deliberately has. I mean, you don't see Kopitar get targeted like that too often, being such a gentlemanly player. But Burns, I have seen before in the postseason, he can be chippy. Yeah, that's going to be the end to a 20-year NHL career. My God. It's just a shame that he can't wear a purple jersey for this last game, like he started his career. As for our contest here, if you ever want to, or if you even want to call it that, we have hit the 5-minute mark. We've just got 5 more minutes to endure. Burns kind of plays a different game in the playoffs. You know, Burns was actually very good for the Hurricanes in last year's playoffs. His, he basically was reduced to just a typical stay-at-home defenseman. He played very well. He wasn't anywhere near a culprit in that series against the Panthers conference final. Mikro, what's going on, man? Thank you for popping in. And how about them Sharks? 34-point turnaround, and hopefully a sign of good things to come. But holy God, we got to fix the defense and fix it badly. I just don't know how they can do that in this one off season. Let me know, though, who are you cheering for in the postseason? Here comes Ostlund again. Flips it back for Tage Thompson. Oh, they're on a line together. Huh. And now shake and bake. Tage Thompson shoots and a save in the breadbasket of Korpisalo. Are the Bruins fans laughing that they made the playoffs and the Leafs didn't? Probably right, because, I mean, this is supposed to be, at its most benign, it's supposed to be a retool for Boston because, like, they weren't supposed to be anywhere near the playoffs. Whereas the Leafs, it was still a team that should have made it in if Matthews was healthy still. Cortana, no digging into the trash, you dork. Here, come get a treat. You have not been getting treats because you have not wanted them. Come over here, girl. Got our San Francisco Giants ice cream container here. Here we go, girl. Here. Treat. Come on. There you go. Get some apples, kiddo. I got more for you. There you go. Oh, my goodness. Cortana, such a good girl. Yeah, you want some more? Oh, yeah. What? You want some jerky? Got some jerky here, too. There you go. Good girl. I'll give you the rest when we're done here. Okay, sweetie? All right. Good. I'm rooting for Montreal the rest of the way. They're entertaining, and they show a fight. Oh, you're actually going for your rival. That's interesting. But then again, you live in Canada, so you might actually want a Canadian team to win it all. So that's fair. I'm torn on who you want to win because you want the Wild to win it, but you also want Bernsey to win the Cup. Well, look, Minnesota has to just – let's start with winning a playoff round for the first time in 11 years. All right? Let Minnesota have their moment there, right? Of course, with Minnesota sports – I mean, like here, I'm ripping on Minnesota sports, especially the Wild here. But it's like they win the Stanley Cup if they can actually win one. But yeah, I would think that they'll be probably one of the Cup favorites going into next year with a full season of Hughes. Yeah, I wish them the best against the Stars. Avalanche, though, the window isn't quite as open as it could be for the Wild. Or maybe I'm wrong. Actually, Avs have retooled really well since the Cup year. Still rooting for Boston next game, but since it's in Buffalo, there's no way that they're going to win. You have zero confidence, and you're surprisingly rooting for Montreal. I don't hate the Canadiens. It's more the Leafs. Yeah. All right, final 320 here. Come on, baby. Take me home. Country roads. Boston, by the way, they are up to 20 shots on goal now. Let's give a round of applause. The Bruins. Let's get a banner at TD Garden. 20 shots in a meaningful game in front of their home fans. Last time the Sabres made the playoffs was the last time the Bruins won the Cup. You're entirely correct. I hate the Leafs and Panthers. Yeah, interesting. And now we're getting into some chippy play here as everybody grabs a partner. It's not a full-on line brawl just yet, but we definitely see some clutching, grabbing, hugging, a lot of hugging here. Yep, everybody's tied up. Zadorov got sent to the dressing room. Now 3:17. All right. Well, Trevor's gone, so I know, Jake, you're still here, but this Cubs had a little snug on me, so I'm going to throw this back on. There we go. Just saying. All right, so we're going to get a couple of bodies in the penalty box here. Fraser Minton will be going to the dressing room, it looks like. Oh, boy, it's a fountain out of that nose. Yeah, so it was Zadorov breaking his stick by slashing Owen Power. Or no, Dahlin. Yeah, Zadorov is certainly one of the... Or actually, no, that wasn't Zadorov who instigated that. Zadorov got a 5-minute major, though, so maybe it was... Oh, sorry, was it him? Or was it Jeannot? I don't know. You know the Bruins. It's in their DNA to goon it up a little bit, right? I respect there are a lot to the pregame they have is absolutely insane with the torch and Montreal. Yeah, that's so cool how they actually brought the torch out for that. I don't know if they do that every year, but I didn't get to actually watch that. I just know they did it, but I still think that's pretty awesome. And that crowd was raucous. I can't even put it into words. Jesus, Minton blood on the jersey. So yeah, oh gosh, this game could be over now if the players weren't engaged in their extracurriculars. But I think Zadorov got a major penalty called on him. So this play, if you want to call it that, is under review. They do that every playoff game. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Maybe one day before my time on this earth has come to an end, I will potentially go to a Montreal game, especially a playoff game would be sweet. Cinco de Mayo is the NHL draft lottery, and maybe the Canucks will get Gavin McKenna. Yeah, they've never had a number 1 pick. Let's hope if anybody gets McKenna, I hope it's Vancouver. Excuse me. Especially because he's from there, right? You can't deny their well, yeah, the Habs fans, yeah, they're arguably the most passionate in the game. Jesus, man. It's weird because this game really wasn't trippy at all. Watch it be the Rangers or the Panthers. I mean, look, the Sharks got kind of screwed out of the draft, winning the draft lottery last year because the Islanders won it. I mean, I won't complain about picking 2nd overall, but we can win the draft lottery one more time. That would just be, that'd be batshit insane if they did. I'm not expecting us to move up or in that sense. I think the Sharks have a good chance of trading up. Oh, okay. So 5-minute major on Boston. It's on Zadorov. Yeah, the Rangers or the Panthers. The Rangers wouldn't know what to do with a 1st overall pick. Panthers need some youth, though. I'd rather Calgary. Yeah, actually, you know what? Calgary getting McKenna would be pretty great, too. They do need that number 1 stud in their prospect pool. They just don't really have that yet, right? They have some decent young talent, but I agree. Yeah, either of those teams would I'd be happy with that. 3rd favorite player, except for Pasta and McDavid, is actually celebrating. Thank you. That means a lot to see that. At least you have some hopes on your team, not like Toronto fans. All right, so 5-minute power play for the Sabres to close us out. Let's see how much they actually try here. God. I actually have a soundbite in case the Sabres score for this one. And it's funny because I think I have a soundbite queued up for this. Yeah. The more Detroit loses, the hotter the seat for Yzerman. Yeah. I wonder if there are going to be any rumors about Detroit potentially being interested in Brady Tkachuk, because I think they really do need somebody who plays more physically in the top 6 and can, score from around the net. So I could see that potentially being a fit, but that's just my thoughts. He would be in the same division. Or wait, he already is in the same division as his brother. Sorry. Now what's this? What's going on here? Is there a clock error? I don't know what it is. Sports Geeks, welcome back. Sorry you guys couldn't close it out yesterday, but tranquillo. I think you guys will be all right.
It was smooth sailing for you, big guy.
Well, there will be less traffic after the game.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that the Red Wings missed the playoffs again. I picked them to go to the playoffs this year instead of Ottawa. But yeah, their last like 2 months of the season were just awful. Hey girl. I was really shocked that Detroit didn't make it. Yeah, they were like basically in the running for the division for the first half of the year. And we get another stoppage. This is starting to go as quickly as the NBA playoff games. And I cannot wait to have some food after this. Hi, Cortana. Okay. Sabres control the draw. Thompson in the slot. Chance and Korpisalo swallows it up, but no, the puck is still loose. Bruins get the clear. We played terrible, but I don't like that their top three guys are starting to find their ground. That's a fair point. Yeah. It was, a hiccup for them, but I kind of get what you mean. All right. So the Sabres taking a little time to get into the Bruins zone. Greenway out there on this power play unit. Jack Quinn too. Oslin shot with a screen in front. Scooped up behind the net. We'll see if the Bruins or the Sabres can finish this game with an extra point on their touchdown, especially if Shelov's. Yeah, because Shelov's, he can catch fire. Oh, chance in front. Oh, is that what it is? You betcha, Bon. You betcha. Yeah, it's fun doing this. I don't do it like I used to, right? I used to be more active during the playoffs, but Tuck got kind of slashed in the ankle there as he was going to the bench. I didn't see that. Alex Tuck is leading the team in scoring so far. Tied with Bo and Byram in goals. And the Bruins get a clear. And Byram is out there for Buffalo. The draft is in Buffalo this time. Oh, last time was when Matthews was selected. Interesting. Byram working it over to Owen Power. A shot from the point. Nobody in front of Korpisalo, so it's an easy save. Only game I'm doing today, yeah. I mean, doing this for 3 hours, it's a lot of work. Just like trying to keep your energy up like this. Yeah. Plus my throat's a little hoarse. I probably need to heat up some pizza after this. Watch some of the Avalanche and Kings. I really should just be doing that right now instead. And then at intermission, I think I'm going to take a little nap. I do enjoy a good nap. All right, final minute. Thank God. Castle clearing it for Boston. Corrali and the Bruins trying to generate some offense here. A shot from the point from Peak. Oh, on the rebound, they score. The Bruins got one. The Bruins got one. It's 6-1. Oh, baby, watch out now. Here come the Boston Bruins. Yeah, streaming more than one game. Yeah, I mean, if there's a break in between, like if I did something, for the night game, But yeah, I won't be doing that this time. The Bruins are going for another one. Yeah, a bunch of bodies in front of the net for that. So, yeah, there was a major penalty. So you can say the Bruins, silver lining, they killed a major penalty and scored a shorthanded goal. So they didn't lose as badly as the they lost only as badly as the Stars against the Wild in Game 1. Insert the Chris Paul meme. Yep. All right, fellas. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a thumbs up before you go. Great game for the Buffalo Sabres. It was over as soon as the puck dropped. Really, actually, let's get one more Rick Jeanneret soundbite. Yeah, let's do wait, which one is it? Let's do, yeah.
It's all over. Do you believe?
There we go. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of the playoffs today. Hopefully, I'll see you around for another matchup soon enough. And I appreciate your enthusiasm in the chat here with me. And there we go. Final score from the TD Garden. Bruins go down 1-6. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.